Chapter 9. Artemis and Orion's return. Artemis, the steadfast goddess of the hunt, roamed the wilderness with her loyal nymphs by her side, ever vigilant in her sacred duties. But her resolve would be tested once again when Orion, the legendary hunter, returned to her domain, seeking redemption and reconciliation. Orion had once been a close friend and ally of Artemis, but their bond had been shattered by his reckless ambition and desire for power. He had defied the goddess's warnings and dared to challenge her authority, and as a result, he had been cast out from her presence, condemned to wander the wilderness alone. But even in exile, Orion had never forgotten his friendship with Artemis, nor had he given up hope of one day earning her forgiveness. And so, with a heavy heart and a solemn vow, he set out to prove himself worthy of her trust once more, determined to atone for his past mistakes and earn back her favor. Artemis, ever watchful over her domain, sensed Orion's approach long before he set foot in her presence. And though her heart still bore the scars of their past conflict, she could not deny the stirrings of compassion and longing that welled up within her at the thought of seeing him again. And so, when Orion finally stood before her, humbled and contrite, Artemis's heart softened, and she welcomed him back into her embrace with open arms. For she saw in him a kindred spirit, a fellow seeker of redemption and reconciliation, and she knew that he had suffered enough for his past transgressions. Together, Artemis and Orion embarked on a journey of healing and reconciliation, roaming the wilderness once more as they had done in days gone by. They hunted together, sharing in the thrill of the chase and the satisfaction of a successful kill, and they regaled each other with tales of their exploits beneath the light of the moon. But their idyllic companionship would soon be threatened by forces beyond their control. For Artemis's enemies, ever jealous of her power and authority, sought to undermine her at every turn, and they saw in Orion an opportunity to strike a blow against the goddess's reign. And so, with cunning and deceit, Artemis's enemies plotted to turn Orion against her once more, sowing seeds of doubt and discord in his heart and leading him down a path of betrayal and treachery. But Orion, ever loyal to Artemis, saw through their lies and deception, and he remained steadfast in his devotion to the goddess. In the end, it was Orion's unwavering loyalty and courage that saved Artemis from the clutches of her enemies. For when they launched their final assault against her, he stood by her side, his bow at the ready and his heart filled with determination, ready to defend her to the death if need be. And as the battle raged on, Artemis and Orion fought side by side, their bond stronger than ever before, their hearts united in a common cause. And though they faced many trials and tribulations along the way, they emerged victorious in the end, their friendship and loyalty unshaken by the storms of adversity. And so, as Artemis and Orion stood together beneath the light of the moon, their hearts filled with gratitude and joy, they knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them, together, as friends and allies bound by a bond that could never be broken. The end.